Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Kamicraft. Today, I know it's kind of been a long time since I've done a last episode, but I got good reason. I have come down with a cold. I have been constantly coughing, and I'm sure you guys don't want that going on in your ear. But do not worry, I have been working, as you probably saw a glimpse from here. I went ahead and I finally figured out something to do right there. Figured why not be pretentious and put my name on my own wall. Some cool stuff. On another note, we did hang out with Slimy a little bit. He did get our elevator fixed. So not only is it a going down elevator, it is a going up elevator. Slimy, you failed me. You failed me bad. Live TV. And I can't go up anymore. I have to play with that in a second. Is the other floor still working though? I don't know why it's just all of a sudden stopped. I quite literally used it to get up there. And it's all, and maybe server lag causing that issue. Anyways, back to fun stuff. So I have been working. We got the duds on the wall. Doing a little cleanup here and there. I went ahead and redid the front side of the smelting room. I think I've decided I'm going to keep the half slabs just because it does differentiate from the other walls I've been doing. I think it kind of looks cool. It's a middle section, kind of a dividing section. So why not keep the half slab theme going all the way through? But today what we're going to do is, you saw where I was standing, we're going to do a enchantment area and a potion area. And to do those areas, I'm going to use inspiration for my witch farm, a storage area I've done. We're going to head there real quick. And also, you guys will notice my nether tunnel is complete. Pretty much the entire time I wasn't recording was spent mining hardened clay, turning it black, and then mining glass, mining sand to get the glass. Got our mine carts that are still automatically popping up. It's a lot of gas in the nether today. And this feels extra slow. There must be some server lag going on. May have to do a restart here soon. Anyways, this is pretty much another tunnel. Took a lot of work. Basically one day I just stayed on here for hours and said I wasn't getting off until I was complete. That's it. Yep, automatically kicks you off. Minecart gets broke by the cactus, falls in the hoppers, goes down below into the holding cell, and then whenever we get on a minecart, we take off, we hit this guy, and that tells the holding cell to release one, puts it in an item elevator, pops it up here, and ready for the next time. So I know you guys haven't seen a lot of the hub, so I figured I'd go ahead and record me walking to the witch farm, because it is literally on the opposite end of the hub, so you guys will see the entire hub. And if for some reason there's an accidental weird cut in this episode, it's because I still have a little bit of a cough left and I didn't want you guys to hear it. But since I've gotten a lot better, I figured I might as well go ahead and try to record. So a little over halfway. It's a long hub. I didn't realize how long. It's over 300 blocks long. And if I would have known this is kind of what it was going to turn into, I probably would have designed something a lot different when I started building this. See, I've already used 3 turkey legs just getting down here. It's crazy, but yeah, here's our witch farm. We got witches stuck in there. There were supposed to be a lot more witches in here, but after 3 of them, I got PO'd and I said, yeah, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. 3 will be just fine. Alright, so here's the witch farm. We're going to kind of go with this theme for our enchantment room. Just because when I think of enchantment, I think of witches, and when I think of witches, I think of this. So I think I'm going to try to bring in the leaf blocks and the vines and the wood and try to use that for the enchantment room design. So I'm going to go ahead and dig out a little bit before we start doing some building, and then I'll bring you guys back then. Okay guys, we are back. I have dug out the area for our potion slash enchanting. Um, Take a quick look down below. Oh yeah, I added in these guardrails because I kept digging and backing up to see if the hole was big enough and falling off the edge. So I put these guardrails on the second floor and this floor, just trying to test out, see if it works or not. But down below you can kind of see, I'm going to go with this enchanting setup and this little potion setup. The enchanting is going to come L-shaped around this way, and I think I'm going to have 2 potions set up here and 2 potion sets up here, like potion set up there, potion set up there, and then the enchanting area do an L shape right around there, something like that. Let's clear these blocks up real quick. Now let's go down there and take a look at what I got going on. Okay, so simple L shape, nothing special. Probably put a chest here with my lapis because I always forget to grab it. But this is going to be our auto brewing potion setup. I found this design by a guy named Jay Kirby, and if I remember, I'll try to put the link to his video in the description. But this is pretty much it. It produces based on if there's anything in there and your items in the droppers. It's not fully automatic, it's semi-automatic, which is kind of what I wanted because I don't use a lot of potions. I'm pretty much just going to stock this with my mostly used potions. But since it is so small, it also gives me the chance to change a potion up if I find I'm using a different potion more. So yeah, that's what we're going to use for this. I've been testing it, it's worked out really well. So we're going to build 4 of these modules up on the 3rd floor along with our little enchantment table here next, and I think I'm going to bring you guys back after I have 1 module in place. I had been playing with how I wanted it to kind of look on the outside, but I think we won't be able to do that till everything's starting to get decorated. So I'm going to build one of these, go ahead and put the enchantment table and everything up there, and then I'll bring you guys back. And I forgot, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. While I was digging, I found this guy up here, which is pretty sweet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to figure out something to do with it. But if you come over this way, you can see the area back behind my base, which to me just looks amazing. I'm going to have to figure out a way to put some kind of windows in here to get a good look at this area. But yeah, that was a nice little hidden gem I found. I'm going to see if I can't figure out a way to incorporate that into this build. Alright guys, so we're back, and as you see I've got the 4 potion stations set up in here. I went ahead and changed them up a little bit. Each design, like I want to say this was our original design, and I just went ahead and mirrored it over here just to help my little OCD. So like the buttons are lined up and the chests for the water bottles are lined up. My plan was to originally have the 4 stations kind of line up in an L shape. So like these 2 would be the same, and then we'd have 2 more right here. But then I remembered we have the smelter room downstairs, and we only have a block and a half before we start breaking in to the area down there. So I went ahead and went with this design because this puts the, what is that? Oh yeah, this spot right here goes down, I want to say 2 blocks. See if I can go, yeah. You can see it goes down because I've got the redstone torch and everything right there. I'll fix that later. But yeah, so what would happen is we'd end up seeing it down there, and I didn't want to mess with that up, so I went with the 4 right here, just like this. And then I was going to make this the enchantment room with the bookshelves right here, but I really just didn't like that. So I'm probably going to fill this room up, just make this a potion area. And I went ahead and made a new room altogether. And this would be the enchanting room. I went ahead and started digging. I really like the idea of making a glass wall here so you can see out into the lake. But yeah, we're going to make this floor, the basement floor, the enchanting floor, maybe an armory or whatever. It's really cool because you can just barely see the glass down there. And I'm hoping to have it wrap around this side till probably about right here or something like that. And so this whole area back here will be open. I don't think I want to make it as tall as I did all the other floors, just because I kind of do like it feeling a little enclosed down there. So let's go back down. I'll probably leave it make this like the ceiling height. So I've got 2 blocks above the windows. I might just take the windows all the way up to the top. That's probably what I'll do. But yeah, this is going to be real cool. I'm going to dig out that way. We'll have an enchantment room. This might be a whole nother episode in itself though, because I'm already really behind on orders in the nether tunnel shop. So I'm going to try to spend the rest of the day finishing up the potion room. I honestly have no idea how I want it to look. So I'm just going to start placing blocks. What I always end up doing is the reason I designed the storage room like this is so I can come stand right here and go, I like that combination of that block, and like, yeah, that block. And that's how I end up designing all my rooms, is I stand here for like 20 minutes and go, okay, these are the materials I really like. Do I have enough to build this area? But yes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and head back up there, work out some kind of design, and once I've figured it out and get it started... Dang it, Slimy! I thought we fixed this thing! Whenever there's like any kind of server lag, for some reason the first time I get on the elevator going from 2nd to 3rd floor, it'll punch me. It's like my own elevator system hates me, so it punches me in the face and launches me off. But anyways, I'm going to start placing blocks, figure out some kind of design. I want to do something with the curve, I know that. I'm going to fill in that back area back there. That's not going to be any good to us anymore. And I will hopefully bring you guys back when I have just a little bit started, and then maybe show you guys what I'm thinking. Alright guys, we are back and things have been progressing. The front of the room is, I think, pretty much done. I can't take any credit for it though. A guy on the server by the name of Jman came over, heard I was struggling to come up with some kind of design, and he threw this out there, and I added little bits here and there, but for the most part this is all him. And that's got me going inside. Since pretty much this side is going to be for working in the nether, I've got instant health and fire resistance. I went ahead and made that red, and this is going to be for whenever we have to do underwater builds, which we have one obviously coming up. So we got water breathing, night vision. Went ahead and make this section blue. I'm not 100% sure about the staircase and everything like this. I don't know if it works, but I don't have a better idea right now. So what I'm going to concentrate doing is try to carry what Jman did over here all the way over using this archway right here, and pretty much just try not to screw up what he got going over here. So I'm going to get the ceiling in, and then I'll come back. We'll see if this works. Maybe I should design a floor before I bother changing this, and just feel this whole section out, because I've come to determine this whole setup was really hard to come up with an idea. I mean, I like the trapdoors hiding the chest and the dropper over there. I do realize now that it's going to be super hard to refill the potions. So it's a good thing I don't use potions a ton. But I went ahead and stocked them a good bit. I think each one's got about 60 stacks, or not 60 stacks, has a stack of 64 minus the the water breathing one, because I only had 22 pufferfish. So we'll see about what's going on with that. I'm gonna get the ceiling done, and then I'm gonna bring you guys back. Okay guys, we are back, and as you see, I've got the ceiling mostly done. We're gonna add a little bit of decoration to it here now. I started thinking about a floor pattern. I think I'm gonna go with these dark oak stairs, kind of doing a border. Like right here gets a little tricky. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this front area, but yeah. So the ceiling, I went ahead and kept this pattern going on. I didn't bring the sea lanterns over yet, because I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna keep them or maybe hide a bunch of lighting in there or up above it, because I really like how the light's kind of bleeding through here. But one thing I want to do is just kind of break whatever full blocks are and maybe add in some of the cracked brick as a way to just add a little bit of difference. That one won't work there. way to go. Okay, we'll put that back. Alright. Then we'll go with that guy. Maybe do this one. Just something like that. Something to give it a little bit of a difference. You see my green clay I was using for a trash block to do some fill-in because I was too lazy to go down to the bulk storage and grab trash blocks from there. That guy right there. No. Not that guy. What was I thinking? This guy. Are we able to do one of these guys? I think we are. Nope. There we go. Yes, like that. Do this guy over here. Hopefully that won't be as tough. There we go. Yes, I'm really liking that. I'll go ahead and continue to do probably a couple of them on the outside right here, though I really like the way it is now. So it may not. I'm also thinking about adding a couple leaves and such to up here. Oh, that gives a little weird lighting effect right there. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm going to work a little bit on the floor. I won't get it all done until I bring you guys, well, I'll bring you guys back before I get it all done. That's for sure. And I might try to go ahead and gather some leaves and vines because I'm running really low on those. And maybe we'll throw some around in this area, maybe figure out a way to decorate that a little bit better than just a color. But yep, that's the ceiling. I'm going to keep working. Be back. Alright guys, we are back, and I did get a little carried away. I know I said I would bring you back when I finished the floor, but this build's been stressful. It's one of those where you know what you want, but you don't know how to put it actually in the game. And for the most part of this entire build, I've been drawing blanks. So I just started grabbing random blocks and started throwing them up on the wall, and that's what I came up with. To me, it's not perfect, but it'll do its job. And if for some reason later on I feel like I need to change it, I can. Like this, yeah, you see the nether brick down there, but yeah, that gives me a little refill. So I'm thinking I'm gonna store like extra water bottles down in here, and I can just come here and click like crazy and throw them in there. Obviously these are spare chests for ingredients that go to the blue side and ingredients go to the red side. Alright guys, we are in Freddy's base area right now. As some of you guys seen, he had a community spotlight which came out probably around the same exact time as this episode is going to be coming around. I was trying to figure out what I can do to really spice up his tunnel a little bit, and I always try to go to people's base and theme the tunnel around their base. And one thing about Freddy's base is he used a lot of quartz, which is pretty hard to come by now because the server's been on for a while. But my inspiration I'm going to use is this right here, this little stair indention right there. But instead of using quartz, I'm going to use the nether brick because he also uses a lot of that, and that's something we have in abundance from digging out our own tunnel. He's also got it going on in here on the same wall. I really like this. It's subtle, but really puts a nice touch to things. So I think I'm going to use that in his tunnel. Here's his tunnel. He did mention he wanted to keep it small, so the things we're going to do is I think I'm going to put that little indentation right here. I think I'm going to leave the andesite. One, because he's placed a lot of it already, and that'll save us a little time trying to get this done for him. And then we have this right here, which I am just absolutely in love with. I wish I would have used this for the roof of the nether hub. But for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear out all this nether rack, place black stained clay right there, and then do black glass all on this top. and then probably maybe hide a couple in rods in throughout all this, so it kind of gives a little bit of a light. Okay guys, we're in Freddy's tunnel. I've started to do a little bit of the design here at the entrance. I don't have this area exactly figured out yet. I decided to leave his half slabs here because when you start going, it's really starting to grow on me how it looks. I mean, half slabs pretty much just go with everything. So, and he did mention he wanted to kind of keep this area not too tall. But this is what I got for his little area where the bedrock is. I went ahead and hid a couple of in rods up there. Took out all the netherrack you could see, except for it looks like I missed a spot up here. Yeah, there's a pigman. Yeah, took the netherrack out, started to fill it in with the black stained clay, and then I'm putting black stained glass where the andesite is to kind of give it another look. You can see this is about where I'm getting to where the rail goes down. It's about as far as I've gotten. So another cool thing is wherever he has one of these power rails, I'm also going to throw an armor stand with some iron armor in there. We have iron armor, so not iron armor. We have an iron farm, so the iron armor is really easy to come by. As a matter of fact, I think the iron farm itself is on the overflow to the point where it could be turned off if we really wanted to. So I'm not worried about the armor or anything like that, and I think it gives it a nice little touch. Because this is a really simple design, but I wanted to keep it simple because one, Freddy does have a pretty long tunnel, and two, his house doesn't have a lot of complex trim or anything like that. He kept it really nice with the quartz and clean looking, and I think that's what makes it look so good. Is if you get too many designs, it might not work, especially considering he wants this area kept small. So in a small area, too many different things will look weird. So I'm going to keep just plowing away at this until I get done, because really it's going to be the same pattern all the way down, and you guys aren't going to want to watch me lay 1,000 blocks in the same pattern for the next couple hours. But when it's all done, I'll bring you guys back and we'll take a ride on the minecart so you can see the whole thing finished. Alright guys, we are back and we are all wrapped up here, minus I had promised Freddy a redstone door with some pistons and such, and this took too long for me. I might come back later and do it for him as a favor or something, but as of right now, I started working on this tunnel around 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. It's now after 1 o'clock a.m. And then I only really stopped for an hour or two to have lunch and dinner. So, but the tunnel is done. This is a section you guys have probably seen the most because for me it's the best looking section. But if we go ahead and hit the button, wait a second, minecart will pop up. Go ahead and push forward. We'll take the actual tour of his tunnel full length to show you what it looks like. Not sure why that's slowing down right there. We've been having some stuff on the server where minecarts just seem to be sluggish. Looks like it's picking up now. Yeah, again, I love the exposed bedrock right there. And honestly, this whole section with that was probably the easiest. Figuring out what to do down here was a bit of a pain, but I think I've got it. I think I've got it bright enough, because one of the things Freddy was worried about was it being too dark. And you can see every time I got a powered rail, I got these little statues for him. I call them the guardians of his tunnel. Having the iron farm really helped out on that. It only took, I think, about a half a chest of iron total I needed for this thing, and I ended up using my own supply of that. Alright, so as you see, Freddy's tunnel is quite long, which is why it took so long to get this done. He did have it mostly dug out, but again, I had to dig out the ceiling, the walls, and then I redug where he had his rails already down, because he just put it straight up on the netherrack, and I ended up tearing it out and putting another brick down there. I did leave his half slabs, but to make up for leaving his half slabs, I tried to put them on the ceiling so it all blended in. I used sea lanterns and iron trap doors right there, and then now this thing will kick you out, goes back in there. There's another statue. It's all reloaded. And over here is just a chest saying I was done. I ended up having an extra banner because I made him another banner, so he had 2 on either side. And now the outside area right here, for anybody who's not really on the server, you're kind of like, what the heck is he doing there? Anybody who knows Freddy knows he's got this iconic shirt as his game avatar and as his Skype avatar. So I decided nothing screams Freddy more than that shirt. So I just created his shirt as his entrance. Hopefully he likes that and he thinks it's fun. If not, I'll change it and do something more serious, but I think it's really cool. But on that note, guys, I think we are going to call it an episode. It's been a long, I think, week and a half of recording and trying to figure things out. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.